they've built their businesses based on what is the most effective or fastest path to cash, and it's not in alignment with who they are. And so they get there and they're like, great, I'm churning money, but I don't feel good about what I'm doing in the world.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Coming from this space, oh my God, your life is gonna be so amazing. You're gonna live with so much joy and so much peace, and you will attract amazing people, and then you will create something like this one. I didn't even create it. My girlfriend told me this is you should do this. You're gonna love this. I said, what is this? It's a podcast. You will see. You will interview entrepreneurs, and you're gonna have a lot of fun, and that's gonna be amazing. I'm telling her, you sure that will give me happiness? You will be, you will love that thing, and I'm actually enjoy so much because one of the things I made amazing people like you, and that makes my day because. Entrepreneurs, we need to talk about our challenges. We need to talk about what is out there. And I'm also very happy that you decided to become a spiritual business coach because if we speak with several entrepreneurs, they don't even uh, um, understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Spiritual? What?
Well,
What had
they've
that
probably heard of
something
the
to
law
do
of
with
attraction.
anything? That what had
Yeah.
something to do with anything? I'm an entrepreneur. I want to know how I develop a product, how I sell it, how I make money, how I make money to the bank account. This is the only thing that I'm interested in. What this spiritual thing has to do with it, and the more they start to understand that it's the other way around, that until
Yeah.
you don't clear these negative emotions and you work on yourself, probably you're gonna have these millions and you're gonna be so empty that that you will wonder yourself what was the whole point to do all this in the first place. So
Yeah.
um
And I see that a lot, actually. I see a lot of people
me
who get to
too.
their
I do too.
success levels and they're just like, this is an empty success. So why am I doing this? Right? It's just what was the purpose? A number was arbitrary,
And
right?
what was the point for me doing all this in the first place?
Right. And so often they've built their businesses based on what is the most effective or fastest path to cash, and it's not in alignment with who they are. And so they get there and they're like, great, I'm churning money, but I don't feel good about what I'm doing in the world.
Mm.
I don't feel good about how the way my business is impacting the world. I don't feel good about the way I'm running it, or it's running me in a lot of instances, you know. And my relationship with my employees is terrible,
Hmm.
and I don't have any
You don't have
loyalty,
time
and
to spend with your husband, your family, your friends,
yeah, yeah, and that's the
all of
thing.
it.
I've got somebody I'm talking to about a JV right now. And the big conversation we're having is I am not going to be working 70 hours a week. So you need to structure this JV in such a way that I have quality of life. Because if not, I'm not interested, right? Because
Absolutely.
I'm clear about what my goals are. I retired my husband when we moved to Panama 2.5 years
Wow.
ago. And so he's 41 and he's a house husband. Now he helps me with my business now from time to time because I think he should know how to run it if that's what's making his money. In case something happens to me, God forbid, right? He should know how it works, right? But it's one of those things where the when you are looking at how you want to structure your business or restructure your business, because I do a lot of that work with people where they're like, "Ooh, I'm drowning, or I'm overwhelmed, or I don't like it, or whatever. I do a lot of restructuring with people, right? And so if you're looking at that, you really need to look at how you want to live your life. What's important to you, right? I don't mind working 7 days a week for long periods of time. I just don't want to work 7 or 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'll work an hour and a half or 2 hours here or there. And, I'll do sprints of, 7 hours here, 8 hours
You don't
there.
need to, and you don't have to.
That's right. Because I structured it that way. People, my whole life, people have been looking at me going, well, when are you planning to retire? And I'm like, why would I ever retire? I live a retired lifestyle now. I choose the hours that I work. If I don't want to work, I
Absolutely.
don't work.
Exactly.
I, my business is
If you wanna go to month holiday, you go on holiday. So that's
exactly.
the whole
I
point.
just tell my clients I'm taking a week off or 2 weeks off or whatever.
Mm,
I'm just like,
mm,
okay,
holiday time because I design it in a way that, to be honest, by every single day that I'm around, I'm literally it's a day on holiday, which
yeah.
and
Well, and that's been the case since I moved here to Panama. I used to have this huge travel bug. I'd be like, oh, I want to go here, I want to go there, I want to go the other. I got to Panama and I'm like, I live on vacation. It is the most beautiful place I've ever lived in my
so
life. I live on
sunny
the
every
side of a
time.
volcano. The weather is, well, it's not sunny all the time because we have rainy season here,
Ah, wow.
but it's sunny enough, right? And the weather is warm and comfortable to go out in all the time. And it is so lush and beautiful. And I'm like, I walk outside, I'm like, why do I need to go anywhere? Why do I want to get on a plane and deal with people and be in the air and da 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 and then I have to get where I'm going. It's a lot of work. And I'm already here and it's already pretty. So I haven't left the country since we got here 2.5 years
Wow.
ago. And that is
Wow.
unheard of for me, right? I'm like usually on a plane every, at least once or twice a year, right? And
There you
I'm
go,
just
and
like,
then you
"Well,
reinvent yourself
I'm
again.
good." But it's like, this is my 40th move, 40, my 40th move. And I'm like, I don't even want to leave. It's so funny. So
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I think that the environment, I think one of the reasons why I travel a lot is because every time that you change the environment, something positive happens, at least to me.
Yeah.
The environment uh, uh, have a really positive impact in your business because when you change, when you are in another country, when another, I think it's like you value different things, but this
Yeah.
depends on your surrounding and if you're actually looking to see the positive things everywhere you go, rather than the negative, and rather than moan and complain, see what is possible about Panama. Yeah, I know about a lot of things that will be that they are amazing over there. Number one is the price of the things.
Yeah. Well, that is definitely not a
This
downside. But the thing that I love so much about this country is the culture, right?
Mhm.
I love Latin culture. And there is it is because unlike the US, your value is not based on what you produce. Your value is based on who you are
Mhm.
and your connection in the community and your connection to your family and your connection to your friends, right? It is very much about, in fact, there isn't really a value determination in Latin culture, right? Value is not relevant, right? People complain that they're like, oh, the service here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's because they don't base their value on productivity, right? That they don't drive themselves into the ground to make things happen. If you chill and you relax and you
They
allow,
treat you like a
and
friend, yeah. You go
it's
to a cafe, that's
absolutely, it's
your friend. So
perfect,
my
right?
friend wait, that's okay, no problem. And if he can,
Exactly.
if he's in a hurry, my friend will clean their own table. What I have to do,
It,
and it's
it's
okay.
just a different way of being,
And
right?
it's
And you're
okay,
in Miami,
yeah,
so you
yeah,
understand. There's a huge
yeah.
Latino community in Miami.
Yeah, oh
So
yeah,
yeah, so I mean it's just it's a beautiful thing to just be with people. And in the Latin culture, you do not talk about what you do until you're way far into the conversation. Unlike Americans who are
yeah.
just like, I do this.
Or in
This is what I
London,
do.
in
It's like
London also,
it's our
absolutely.
definition, right? Yeah,
That's a very very interesting point of view. So,
yeah.
Kelly, tell us a little bit more. Is some entrepreneurs are in love with a conversation? I want to know more about what you do, uh, how the process work, how can they find you?
Tell them to come to kellesparta.com. So just like you see it on the screen, Kelle. And in there, you just click the button for a discovery call and you can sign up for a discovery call. We can talk about where you are in your process, what's going on with you, how do we get you further along in the process. And I have everything from, online courses with coaching support to one-on-one elite private coaching where I just feed you what you need in the moment. So everything in between. So whatever level you're at, I have something for you.
Thank you so much, Kelly. That has been a very amazing talk with you. I think you're brilliant, and I wish you the best there in Panama. I think that you are living your life, and I acknowledge you to design the life as an entrepreneur that you are. How works better for you? Because again, we don't need to prove anything to anybody, and we don't need to live the life that a stereotype or somebody think that we should live. And if what it makes you happy is to have to be in a tiny house, eating good food in Panama, enjoying the weather, and by to see the volcano, this is what make you happy. What's the point of you having a big mansion in Boston or whatever you were living before with the cold and the freezing and all the pressure for the society and paying a lot of bills with any of it make sense as an entrepreneur in the first place, because it's a huge waste just because you want to fit in.
Or you look to have an image. It's like
Yeah, you
I
want to
have to
fit in.
look successful, right?
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
it's like
yes.
I have a house that's big enough for my needs, right? I
Exactly.
think our house is like 1,400 square feet, and it's bigger than we need, right? It is bigger than we need. We've
uh,
got a whole room that I rarely walk into, right?
and do
It's
you
just
really need to prove to anybody anything at this stage after 20 so many years
no,
of work of reinventing yourself? Not really.
no,
Uh,
I don't.
uh, Whoever want to love to work with you, they will come and work with you. You earn it. And it didn't come from the sky. You achieving by working, by the experience, by falling down and getting back again, which is the nature of the whole entrepreneur. The thing is a skill. The more you practice, the better you become.
Yep.
And it's like driving a car or swimming. You're not gonna learn reading a book. You actually have to develop the skill to become an entrepreneur. So I think you have quite a lot of years of practice, the skill
Many, many
in
years of
this
practice.
experience, yeah, and many years of reinvention. So I think that's an amazing role model for entrepreneurs to look at themselves into the inside, who they really are, what actually makes them happy, and go out and grow your business from the point that what impact can you make in the society, in the community, how you can be a conscious entrepreneur. Because again, if the business is allowing with the what is important for you in within, then you're not gonna have these stories that we hear in this podcast again and again and again. People making millions, losing, making million, losing, making it losing, making it losing, and it's like, man, there is nothing wrong with your capacity to to make money. Is something wrong with your head. You have to check what's going on with your head, because it doesn't make sense what is happening. So
Yes.
thank you so much, Kelly, and I think that the job that you do is important, and I do hope that the entrepreneurs listening get it what we discussed today. Otherwise, they can listen the podcast twice. I think that I recommend them this, so maybe they can dig deeper in what we just spoke about and get some inspiration and say, well, it's not only about making money um, and grow my company. Is what's the purpose? What I'm really doing this, and I'm gonna be happy. I'm really gonna happy and embrace the new person I'm gonna become, and what you need to let go in order to be that person that you're about to become, because you unfortunately you might need to let that go, otherwise it's not gonna work. You're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
miserable and unhappy. Yeah. So thank you so much. And for all of
Thank you
you
for having
following,
me.
pleasure. For all of you following the broadcast, our next episode of Unstoppable, how brave entrepreneur like Kelly break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.